One of the biggest concerns when pre-production
Harry Potter tomorrow and the day after tomorrow
began on the Philosopher's Stone was Hagrid.
Right now, first years this way.
Friday review submissions are broken.
Come on now, hurry up.
Twice as tall as a normal man and at least 5 times as wide. That was the description on the page the production was tasked with bringing to life on the silver screen. But how hard could it be? Couldn't you just, like, and then... Well, it turns out they already had thought of that. But either way, the first thing to do was to cast someone, obviously, first. And whoever the production did end up casting had big boots to fill.
Tafisi, are you here? People are saying they can't submit. But a bunch of people have submitted.
But we all know how that turned out.
Guys, Harry Potter tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Harry Potter tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Harry Potter on Saturday and Sunday. Harry Potter on Saturday and Sunday. Why not today? Why would it be today?
Sorry I'm late.
Hagrid!
I don't know about you guys, but as a 10-year-old watching the end of the Chamber of Secrets, I was like just a complete mess.
There's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid.
Chills.
Coltrane had me and my friends completely in love with this character.
I remember that he didn't look like how I expected him to look. But almost none of the characters do. Most of them don't really look like the way it's described. For starters, I think Hermione is supposed to have... Shit, I actually don't remember. I remember thinking her hair color was wrong. Harry Potter is supposed to have really, like... His hair is supposed to not be straight and sit down at all. It's supposed to be super messy. I'm not saying it matters. I'm just saying they didn't look like I expected.
He was not twice as tall as a normal man and at least 5 times as wide as the book described.
I think Hermione's supposed to have red hair.
Paul asked calmly. And this is the part where you probably expect me to say something like, forced perspective. And you'd be half right. Production used pretty much every trick in the book to make Coltrane feel larger in the frame, from wider angle lenses and clever staging like forced perspective.
Delighted, Mr. Potter. I just can't tell you.
To shrunken down sets and props. And yes, they filmed Coltrane separately on blue screen, scaled him up, and composited 1.25x Coltrane into certain scenes. But that only got them so far. What about shots with lots of movement or wides with other actors in shot?
Body double.
Well, let me introduce the other Hagrid.
It's a big guy.
My name's Martin Bayfield, and I play Hagrid the Giant. Rugby's my background. Played for England for 6 years, and then through a bizarre sequence of circumstances ended up here.
Damn.
On the very first picture, they said to me, Hagrid will be Robbie Coltrane. Great, but we're probably going to have to digitally put Robbie into every single shot, and it's going to be one of the most expensive parts of the whole movie. And there was a lot of sort of concern. So I volunteered the suggestion that for shots of his back and shots on the kids, where you were only halfway up Hagrid's body, could be done with a double.
But early on, it really was just a theory. No one really knew if it was actually going to work.
What?
We did a lot
of... Wait, a body double? That's not a very, like, controversial or new thing.
To work out how big can Hagrid be. And it was very obvious very early on that it had all to do with the anatomy of your donor. Whoever you got, his elbows had to be pretty much where the elbows went. His knees had to be pretty much where the knees went. And those measurements dictated how big you could go. And so we did this big search to find somebody.
And that's where they found their Martin Bayfield.
So with Hagrid, you've got Robbie, who's just over 6 foot. Martin was 6'10", and we then worked out that if we put him on stilts, we could have a Hagrid that was 7'6". So that was what Hagrid's size became. And we built this suit, which was a big, flexible, soft bodysuit.
How tall is Zoil? He's over 2 meters, right?
But as promising as this suit theory was becoming, there was still an air of trepidation among the production as the special effects team tinkered away. In fact, Chris Columbus, the director of The Philosopher's Stone, said he didn't even want to see the suit until it was absolutely
He's 7'4"?
ready.
Nah. You guys are all saying, you guys are all going crazy.
But all that anxiety immediately melted away the very moment suited up Bayfield
6'9"? That sounds about right.
Bayfield introduced himself to Robbie Coltrane and the rest of the Harry Potter production.
So we dressed Martin behind
You're the
the
one who
screen.
met him? Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. He's above 200 centimeters. But he's not... I would say he's somewhere between 200 and 210.
And they got Robbie in the beard and the costume because they wanted a direct comparison between Robbie and this animatronic suit that we had built. And basically, Martin
I could be
just
wrong,
walked out.
actually. Fuck, I don't know. He could be like 199. So cute!
He was beautifully designed, brilliantly made up. And what Nick Dublin did on that was really, really something.
There was just a hell of a lot of laughing. They just bought it hook, line and sinker. Because you could see them going, actually, we can use this. We can really use this.
And so, this iconic duo was born. And it became this delicate balance between Coltrane Hagrid and Bayfield Hagrid.
They
If a shot
became
demanded an
brothers.
emotional performance,
They became
Coltrane
more than
was your
brothers.
guy.
Oh, Harry.
But if you were shooting a wide or the back of Hagrid, or maybe you needed like a big physical maneuver, Bayfield was your man. He just had to make sure he matched the movement from Robbie's tape perfectly.
It's actually, believe it or not, quite difficult to match with what somebody else has already done. Because obviously for continuity, all the hands have to be in the right place, the reactions have to be in the right place.
And we were kind of learning as we went along, the two of us, how it would come together. And very much it was me watching him, and then he'd get an idea of what I could
Dude,
do.
it's such a fun little trivia thing to pull out on people randomly. Oh yeah, I'm Hagrid.
But the great thing is, because of the way the
Can
suit was
Hagrid
made,
cast
it became
spells?
quite easy.
Hagrid can cast like
It's
minor
Hagrid.
spells. Man, I'm so rusty on my Harry Potter lore. But he was cast out of Hogwarts. He was expelled, so he's not really straight up a student. I don't think he's really allowed to do magic because of that. And he also hasn't really studied that much, so he only knows like basic shit. He's all about creatures. Yeah, he uses his umbrella as his wand, but that's like, you know, it's his secret wand, right? He doesn't have like a magic license or whatever because he didn't graduate.
Roll and copy what he was doing.
Hagrid! Pee pee poo poo.
Like this shot from the first film, that's Martin Bayfield. And I've watched The Philosopher's Stone more times than I can remember, and I never noticed that Hagrid's mouth in this shot never moves.
Why would Snape put a curse on Harry's brew?
Oh no, now he's ruined it for everyone.
Why was he trying to get past that three-headed dog on Halloween?
Who told you about Fluffy?
Fluffy.
But as the films progressed, that changed
Ruin more.
too.
When it started out, the head was what we called a dead head. It was just this sort of mixture of fiberglass and silicon to make it look like Hagrid's head.
Then on the second movie, we went animatronic with the face. We go eye movement, mouth movement.
That is unbelievable.
And the head started to come to life.
The eyes are
Now they can do that.
The eye whites are way too white.
Smile.
By the third film, we put a voice activation system into it so that Martin could say the lines and the mouth would move.
Now, I sound ridiculous as well as looking ridiculous. Fantastic.
My sister completely freaked out when she saw them. She saw a row of 5 of them. And she's sitting beside me, just going, oh my God. It is such a work of art.
The detail, and you see, I mean, every hair is punched into that head. It's incredible.
And it really took an army to move the mountain.
We have to make sure that pathways are clear, that he can get through doorways. So you need a team of people supporting him the whole time. You have a couple of dressers who get him into the bodysuit. You have an animatronic engineer who connects up all the wiring and the electronics and then operates the radio control, which moves the eyes, moves the mouth.
It's known as Team Hagrid, and I've been working with these guys now for 10 years, and you make very, very strong friendships. They're a great group.
Also, just quickly, how good is the big fold-out chair they made for Martin Bayfield? All I can think of is that Dennis Waterman skit from Little Britain.
They're doing a production of Macbeth, and they want you for the lead.
heavy.
In the end, the Hagrid 2000 pounds worked so well, they ended up using it a whole lot more than they had ever planned to. Hagrid walking with Harry through Diagon Alley, Bayfield. Hagrid lugging a Christmas tree, Bayfield. Hagrid dancing, Bayfield.
I'm the real Hagrid, ask me anything.
Thanks, Hagrid.
Is everything in, is everything proportionate?
We're thrown out of worse places than this.
Good
afternoon, my name's Maureen and I have a terrible facial hair problem. I've tried absolutely everything. I've tried creams, I've tried jellies, I tried shaving. Every moment I woke up and said, my husband.
1,000, take one.
Was that 1,000? Well, hey! Do I smell champagne? Aye, right. I wish you could have seen him in his prime. Magnificent he was. Just magnificent.
Something keeps him going. Miles and miles.
Feels strange to be going home, doesn't it?
I'm not going home.
I'm
not
going
really.
Not really.
Then you listen to the music and
Bye, Hagrid guy.
to sing along. You want to get the meaning out
They almost
of
cast
each
Robin Williams and Hagrid, but they had a strict British actors only policy. Probably good.
And some words to call your own and take them home.
I worked at the Harry Potter Studio amusement park and got to work on programming the Hagrid animatronics. Hey, that's kind of cool. That's neat. Cool, man. You ever programmed a Symbian or something? Which house did you get if you took the quiz? I've done multiple quizzes over the years. I've gotten Gryffindor and Slytherin, I think is what I usually get. I got to work with him and program the hands. Sick. I am not Hufflepuff. Is there anywhere I can watch the movie night VODs? I can't be there on Friday. Hopefully people will. Exclamation mark movie night VODs in chat, right? There's a best of internet daily dotes. There's the new unusual memes. This thing looks insane.